everyone, it's Linda from Full Moon Studio. Welcome back to the channel, and I've got a different kind of video for you today. It's not exactly Happy Mail, it's kind of a cross between Happy Mail and, well, I've just been given some really beautiful items by some of my friends to use in my journaling, so I thought I'd share this with you. So to begin with though, I do have a piece of Happy Mail. This is my birthday card from my lovely friend Carol, and here's the envelope, which I think has taken an entire piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and out it comes like this. And I thought, well, that's nice, and then I kind of tried to turn it's not meant to be like that. Look, it stands up like this. So there are 6 beautiful panels. Each one has been individually inked in a different colour and then had various lovely black die cuts attached. It's just stunning, Carol, and there's some bit of a twinkle here, so I think it's not glitter, I think it's Wink of Stella. So I'll just show you these. I mean, how lovely is that? Just stunning. And I think that these are Stampin' Up dies. They're wildflower dies, but they're not the Tim Holtz ones, I'm pretty sure. And again, Carol will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure these are the Stampin' Up ones. Isn't that lovely? I mean, each of these would make the most beautiful card on its own, and I've got 6. Just beautiful. I love it. There we are, and back to the beginning, and it stands up like that. Now, I have a collection of cards from Carol. I've got every birthday and Christmas card that she's ever made for me or Mr. Mac over the years. But Carol, you've really, really excelled yourself this time, my dear. I just love it. Thank you so very, very much. That is having pride of place. I don't think it'll be taken down anytime soon. So that is my birthday card. Now, my wonderful friends, as you know, are very good at finding things and saying, oh, I think Linda could use that in her journal. So I've got a few bits and pieces to show you. I'll start with this one because this is from Kathy, and you've heard me talk about Kathy before. And she actually has given me in quite a lot of books, but this one I thought in particular was interesting and you might find useful in your journals. It's called The Hutchinson Dictionary on This Day. I'm not entirely how old it is, and it doesn't hugely matter. 1997, so 20 odd years old. So it's a lovely creamy colour. And what it is for every day of the year, it tells you who was born, who was died, historical events, and all the sort of feast days and saints days and things like that. So I'm just going to I'm going to pick a date at random. It's okay. Here we are. Let's open it here. So 24th of June. It's the feast day of St. John the Baptist and St. Bartholomew, a few others as well. Then let's see. 1277, King Edward I began his first Welsh campaign. Robert the Bruce defeated Edward II at Bannockburn. Yes, thus completing his expulsion of the English from Scotland. Ho ho. We'll gloss over that quickly. 1812, Napoleon crossed the River Niemen and entered Russian territory. Well, that's famous enough to have its own music, the 1812, isn't it? And Colonel Nasser in 1956 was elected President of Egypt. Who was born that day? Robert Dudley, Earl of Leicester. I think he was one of Queen Elizabeth's friends, let's put it that way. Lord Kitchener was born. Those of us who knit socks will know all about Lord Kitchener. And who died? Lucretia Borgia. Stephen Grover Cleveland, 22nd and 24th President of the USA. So I thought this was a really interesting wee book, and you know, this would be a very nice sort of way to personalise a journal for someone, just to put in the page for the day they were born. It's always fascinating, isn't it, to find out who shared your birthday. So that was from Kathy. So thank you so much for that, Kathy. Now my friend Jackie drove over today. So the first thing I'm going to show you actually isn't a gift. She brought these things, and these I bought from Facebook Marketplace, and the lady lived in the same village as Jackie, and it was during lockdown. So Jackie held on to them for me, and they've been delivered today. So let's start. It was a gift set. It's a gift set from Marks and Spencer's, the 1993 Edwardian Lady Diary, address book, and a little book. So let's do it this way. Let's start with the little book. So this is just, a tiny, I suppose, a selection of bits and pieces from the main book. But it's really cute, isn't it? It'd be lovely to kind of make a mini journal maybe with. I love it. And to my great pleasure, all of these 3 books are stitched, so the pages will come out nice and easily. So that's the little book, and it is little. It's 2.25 inches by 3.25. That's that one. Then there's the diary. It's absolutely lovely, and again, it's the illustrations, but much smaller versions of them. So really a useful thing to have if you're an Edith Holden fan, like I am, like most junk journalists. And then finally the address book. Now I kind of wasn't sure about this, but what I would do with it. But looking at it, I thought, well, do you know what? Wouldn't it make a great, back of a tag? Leave that bit off, pop it on the back of a tag, or you could just put one of these pages, slip one of these pages into a pocket in a journal, and people could just, add in, their most important, most often contacted people. So that is the Edith Holden gift set from Marks and Sparks. And then Jackie brought me this from her own stash. She's having a clear out at the moment, and as you know, I've started my tag challenge, so this is what she thought would be useful. So this is a kind of decoupage set, lots and lots of tags, and then beautiful, beautiful illustrations. So I think this will be a very useful thing to keep to the side, and then if I need to do one of my tags for my tag challenge and I haven't got anything in mind, I can just cheat a bit and grab one of these out. But that said, the illustrations are beautiful anyway, so even if I don't use them all as tags, I'll certainly be fussy cutting all of these images out. So that one's got beautiful flowers and butterflies. Now this is a funky Christmas one. And then this one, well, I think it might be meant to be Christmas. It's a lily, and then these flowers look like Christmas roses. So I think that might well be a Christmassy one, as is this one with its cute little Santas. And then we come back to another floral one and lots of beautiful butterflies. And I think that's poppies. So that's that one. Ah, hang on. There's Father Christmas again. He goes in there. And then some more Christmas ones. Little churches and little houses and a windmill. Rather lovely. And then a bit of a mix here. Some different tags. This one says flower seeds, and then there's ribbons and a butterfly and a pair of clogs, and some ivy. So they're rather cool. I love butterflies, as you know. So there's several of those, and then finally there's one for a baby. So that'd be kind of cool in a baby journal. So that's just a little set of decoupage tag kit, I suppose you would call it, but really cute. So thank you very much, Jackie, for these. I will make good use of them, I promise. So that's those. And then finally, this is from my friend Lisa. Now Lisa makes journals, and she had been selling some Edith Holden books, and I was too late for them. However, I was away at the time this all happened, but she very kindly said to Jackie, I've got a book for Linda, and has gifted me the complete book of the Flower Fairies. Now, I've got a Flower Fairy book, but it is only sort of part of this. I think I've got Flower Fairies of the Spring, Summer, Autumn and Winter, and it's a smaller book, and then each illustration is on one page with the song on the other. But this, well, this is mind-blowing. I've never seen this before. So it's 2003, so not quite 20 years old. And it's got Flower Fairies of the Spring, Summer, Autumn, Winter, which I am familiar with. Then Flower Fairies of the Garden, Flower Fairies of the Trees, Flower Fairies of the Wayside, a Flower Fairy Alphabet, and then I've never heard of these, Old Rhymes for All Times and the Fairy Necklaces. And in fact, I've never seen Flower Fairies of the Trees. So it's beautiful. I mean, it's a big book. What have we got? 7.5 by 10. And it starts off with, let's say, the seasonal ones, and much smaller illustrations than I already have. So, I mean, perfect. They are just perfect journaling cards on their own. They're gorgeous. So that's the springy ones. So these are all kind of that sort of journaling card size. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, what I would do with those. And then there are some lovely bits for fussy cutting as well. Of course, the trouble with this is going to be the usual one of which bit do you sacrifice and which bit do you keep. That can come out because I can sacrifice the text. I don't mind sacrificing text, but it's hard to choose between the pictures sometimes. So that's spring. Then we've got, oh, look, summer. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. They are just gorgeous. This is really a lovely book. So I think, you know, if you like the Flower Fairies, this is probably the one to go for because it's got everything in it. And as I say, lots of lovely ones for fussy cutting too. You know, if you don't know the Flower Fairies, they were originally illustrated, I think, around the sort of 20s, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, original text 1923, 25. So right up to 1948, she was still drawing them. So it was a long career in fairies. I don't know that she did anything else. I think this was really her thing, but they are, I mean, they are such stunning illustrations. I mean, the botanical detail in them. I mean, you look at the fairies, but actually she was a botanical illustrator as well, wasn't she? I mean, they're just glorious. So I'm just looking, I mean, there's nearly 200 pages in this book. So at the back here, these are, I think, short stories. And these are poems, Old Rhymes for All Times. This is the alphabet, Flower Fairies of the Alphabet. Aren't they lovely? They are just so beautiful. Just, you know, huh. And yeah, I'm in, you know, enthralled by this book, and I have to say that really, I'm not that into fairies at all, but there is just something about these fairies, the Flower Fairies. They are just stunning, and I think it is to do with the fact that it's not just the fairy, it's the botanical illustration that goes with it. Song of the Horned Poppy Fairy. Wow, isn't that lovely? Just lovely. And I mean, not only did she do the illustrations, I mean, she wrote the little poems to go with it as well. Yeah, that's just, it's a beautiful book. I mean, you know, to go through it properly on camera would probably take a good half an hour, and obviously that might be a bit too much for some of you. Just, oh, the colours, the candied after, oh, I'm loving it. I absolutely adore it. And there's some big ones as well. sweet peas. I love sweet peas. I usually manage to grow a few. Absolutely beautiful. So that's, as I say, from my friend Lisa. So thank you, Lisa, so very much. Thank you, Jackie, for your beautiful tags and for holding on to my Edith Holden bits and pieces for me. Thank you, Kathy, for always finding interesting bits and pieces. And finally, a huge thanks to Carol for a beautiful, stunning birthday card. I am so lucky in my friends. They are kind, generous, thoughtful. What more can I say? Thank you all so very, very much. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.